Recording in progress.
Good morning, everyone. Such a joy to see you. Thank you for being here. Let's sing, shall we?
Next, we're going to sing Alleluia. There are 3 parts. You can pick a line or just sing with me. It'll all be great. You can dance too.
Welcome to the Namaqua Unitarian Universalist Congregation. We are glad you are here. My name is AnnMarie Kajencki. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your worship associate for today. This is a come as you are congregation, and you are welcome here just as you are. I want to extend a special welcome to any visitors. We would love to stay connected, so please sign up for our communications at the main entrance. Here at Namaqua UU, we foster a beloved community that celebrates diversity, strives for peace and justice, acts mindfully for the good of the planet, and inspires spiritual growth through a free and loving search for truth and meaning. We honor the ground we walk upon and acknowledge this land as the traditional and ancestral homeland of the Arapaho, Cheyenne, Ute, and Lakota nations and peoples. We recognize and honor the indigenous peoples as original stewards of this land and vow to reconcile the deep wounds that still shape our world today. Announcements. This week, Monday, May 4th, African drumming at 11 a.m. Wednesday, May 6th, UUC's, 6:30 p.m. Friday, May 8th, open mic, 6 p.m. Saturday, May 9th, men's group, 10 a.m. Next Sunday, May 10th, please join Reverend Claire Hammer and Worship Associate Marion Cox for a beautiful Mother's Day as well as flower communion service. After service today, please join us next door in Parker Hall for a fine cup of coffee, satisfying finger food, and absolutely fascinating conversation. If you haven't already, please mute your cell phones. And thank you to all of those involved in today's service.
Hold on. All right, I got you in the back. Gotcha. Thank you. Well, my friends, this is it. I know. So to help me with our opening words, I've invited Linda, AnnMarie, Kathy, and Doug to join me. And Kathy, if you would use this microphone, Linda and Doug, if you would use this microphone. I'll stand here if you want to stand in between. Do you want to stand in between because you have a mic? Yeah. Great. Okay. Okay. We're good. Well, this is one of those rare and special moments, a moment that time shifts. It is a time of completion and endings.
This is not one of those everyday moments that lives in the monotony of daily repetition.
This moment is more alive than that. It sparkles with change and the promise of renewal and new hope.
This is a moment when the present becomes the past and a new future begins to emerge.
And the past has served us well. It has carried us to this moment in time. And now change is in the wind, and it is time to let go and to move on.
In the past, we opened our minds and hearts to new ways during times of change. It is a challenge, no doubt, but any significant change always is.
Together, we have created this moment bit by bit, day by day, not knowing where it would lead.
Yes, we grieve the endings, the loss that inevitably comes with change, but flip the coin, turn around. A whole new beginning is waiting.
All that is left is to welcome this moment with all the thoughts and feelings that it brings.
Let us choose to embrace it as we cross this threshold of our ways.
May we part with love and goodwill in our hearts, cherishing the good and meaningful times we have shared together. My friends, ours is no caravan of despair. So come, let us worship together one last time. Thank you. Please join with me in sharing our affirmation. Love is the spirit of this congregation, and service its call. This is our great covenant, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, and to help one another. And let us share that spirit of love by greeting those around you. Thank you, choir. That was beautiful. Really beautiful. Could we give them a round of applause, please? Yeah. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Our way of showing gratitude. And now's the time. George, you're with me already, dude. Right on. You say it. It's time to do a story for all ages. Right on. Come on up, you guys. Woohoo. And the pictures are on the slides, but this is incredible. Look at this. There's actually a monitor up there. I don't know, how did they get that TV up there? That's incredible. All right, who did it? Raise your hand. I think Doug and Bill put that up there, actually. Yeah, congratulations. That's really amazing. So thank you. Thank you once again to Doug and Bill and our tech team for making that happen. So, what was that? And Pete Buckmeyer. Okay, very good. Thanks, Doug. Yeah, good. So now you can look whichever way you want, but I'm going to sit down here with you. I love your hat, Josie. That's so cute. So this story, well, hi. This is a story called The Invisible String.
Even though you can like see a string on there, it's like invisible.
Well, that one you can see, but the next one you won't. Hi, Ocean. How's it going over there? Yeah, I love this book. So Liza and Jeremy are the twins. Excuse me. Were asleep on a calm and quiet night, and suddenly it began to rain very hard. Thunder rumbled until it got so loud that it woke them up. Mommy, Mommy! They cried out, Mommy, Mommy! Anybody ever cried out, Mommy, Mommy? No. They cried out as they ran to her. Don't worry, you two. It's just the storm making all that noise. Go back to bed. Well, we want to stay close to you, said Jeremy. We're scared. Mom said, you know, we're always together no matter what. No matter what.
Yeah,
But how can...
That's what my mom says. Because I tell her I get light virus and she just says, we're always near each other. That's all she says.
Well, good for her, because she's right. But how can we be together when you're out here and we're in bed, said Liza. And Mom held something right in front of us and said, this is how. Rubbing their sleepy eyes, the twins came closer to see what Mom was holding. I was about your age when my mommy first told me about the invisible string. I don't see a string, said Jeremy. But you don't need to see the invisible string. People who love each other are always connected by a very special string made of love. Thanks for chiming in over there. You're welcome to chime in anytime. Yes. But if you can't see it, how do you know it's there? Asked Liza. Even though you can't see it with your eyes, you can feel it with your heart and know that you are always connected to everyone you love. When you're in school and you miss me, your love travels all the way around and all the way along the string until I feel it tug on my heart. And when you tug at it right back, we feel it in our hearts, said Jeremy. Does Jasper the cat have an invisible string? Liza asked. And maybe all the animals at your house that I know you have? She sure does, said Mom. And best friends like me and Lucy, asked Liza. Best friends too. How far can the string reach?
Wait.
Anywhere and everywhere.
I actually do have a pet. Me and Jessie actually do have a
You know
pet.
what, sweetheart? I'm going to interrupt you. I apologize. So we can go on with our story, okay? Thank you. Okay, so the question is, would it reach me even if I were a submarine captain deep in the ocean? Asked Jeremy. Yes, Mom said, even there. Or a mountain climber? Even there. And a ballerina in France? Oh my gosh, even there. And how about a jungle explorer? Yep, even there. Okay, how about an astronaut out in space? Ocean, you know the answer. Yeah. Even there. Yeah. Then Jeremy quietly asked, can my string reach all the way to Uncle Brian in heaven? Yes, even there. Does the string go away when you're mad at us? Never, said Mom. Love is stronger than anger, and as long as love is in your heart, the string will always be there. Amazing. Even when you get older and you can't agree about things like what movie to see or what game to play in the back seat or what time to go to bed. Oh, that's right. You two should be in bed. All right, you guys, everybody should be in bed. And with that, they all laughed as Mom chased the twins back to their beds. Within a few minutes, they were asleep, even though the storm was still making the same loud noises outside. And as they slept, they started dreaming of all the invisible strings they have, and all the strings that their friends have, and their friends have, and their friends have, until everyone in the world is connected by invisible strings. So, my friends, this is my last Sunday here. This is it. I'm going away after this. Aww. I know. I'm gonna miss you, but
You missed her going away party. How could you?
it was great. But we'll all have invisible strings connected to us because we've had some wonderful times together, haven't we? Yeah. So here's my invisible string connecting to your heart. Here's yours. Here's yours. Here's your invisible string. Here's your invisible string. Got it. Ocean, I'm going to toss it to you. Ready? Catch it. Right into your face. Okay. Okay, now we're going to sing you guys out, okay?
Let's go.
Let's go.
Zoomy, woomy, koomy, foomy. Get the video in. Come on.
Okay, here we go. We send our children off with love, children and small, we love them all. We send our children off with love, we hope they know how cherished they are. We hope they know how cherished they are.
This reading presents all the ways endings can end. A poem by Rosemary Watola Tromer titled Endings for Beginners. With a punchline, of course, or an invitation, with a twist or a kiss, or an unanswerable question, by circling back to the beginning, or with a bang or a whimper, with a call to action, with a 5-course dinner, with a clincher or a cliffhanger, but not with a preposition. Endings feel best when of your own volition. End with a flourish, or a touch of cream, or a high note, or a strong quote, by making a scene. End with a period, or end with a handshake. End with an exclamation point, or end with heartbreak. It's okay to tie or to end in a draw, but don't end with ellipses that just make things go on and on and on. End in a fiasco, or end with a song, end with a reversal, end with a bell, end with a cry, that all is well, end with purpose or allegory, end every bit of our lives is made of stories, stories that end, so new stories begin. So end well, then start again. We light this chalice on this final service of our dear minister, Dana. Stay strong, remain steadfast, and may you continue to be held in love and light.
Hi, I'm Tam Paquette, and as usual, I did it wrong last time. When Reverend Laurel Leifert left and Reverend Dana stepped in, I purposefully, intentionally held back my heart from accepting her and allowing her love to fall into me. And by doing that, I lost a lot of time because I didn't want to be hurt again. I had it in my head that she was a contract minister and she's only going to be here for a couple of years, and I just did not want to be disappointed again. But then after a while, my guard dropped naturally, and I began to absorb her joy and her effervescence. And she taught me that I don't have to put myself on guard. I can relax, I can receive, and I can give. And I guess that's what moving on means in a healthy way. So I'll do it better this time.
Thank you, Tam. I'm sure she's on Zoom, so you can all wave to Tam. Thank you, Tam. So kind. I'm grateful for Tam's and everyone's generous words. Thank you, AnnMarie. Well, each week, this week included, and far beyond, you support the work of this congregation and all the ways that we live our values in the world through your generosity. So in addition to supporting this congregation, a portion of your donations support a local nonprofit, helping us to make a difference beyond our walls. And for the month of May and June, the recipient is Homeward Alliance. Homeward Alliance operates a continuum of programs and initiatives for families, adults, and seniors, such as basic needs, housing-focused case management, and employment services. They are not only an alliance of services, but also an alliance of volunteers, donors, agency partners, and other community stakeholders. They envision a community in which homelessness is rare, short-lived, and non-recurring. May that be so. Please give generously to support their great work. Thank you.
Well, you're going to be very sad
I ate the one rubbery tostones and a quarter.
Did you warm it up?
Good morning, everyone. How many of you came to the Backyard Annex for the World Cafe in September of 2023? The World Cafe. And how many returned to check back in on our goals and have more discussion in September of 2024? Reverend Dana brought us this concept, the World Cafe, of getting together in a less formal setting and brainstorming questions like, in what new and different ways shall we transform lives in the next 1 to 3 years? What outreach activities might Namaqua do to meet the needs of Loveland's community right now? What are the strengths of Namaqua, and how could we build on those strengths to serve our mission and vision? And how are we doing on previously set goals? I remember coming out my back door. That's the annex, for those of you who didn't get that. in the middle of this process and seeing 60 to 70 people actively engaged in pondering these questions. And of course, there was food. The intent was to reel all of these ideas into congregational goals, which we had never done before. Dana recognized that we had board goals, and we had ministry goals, and we had leadership development goals, but we didn't have congregational goals where we're all, as this group, focused together. And so the intent of this was to develop those goals. I reread a selection of answers, and there were some very interesting statements and some jobs yet to be done. For example, we have yet to make ourselves more exciting. We have yet to put on the Follies production that someone suggested would bring in folks that hadn't heard of us before. Under the heading, How Are We Doing?, we had the perennial and persistent question, why do we ever have to sing more than 3 verses? We've yet to solve that one. All of us elders seem to crave the benefits of bringing in youthful energy, but no documentation could be found of youth begging for more elder wisdom. Goal accomplished. Many love our building, and someone even loves the pews. Okay, but we came away from this exercise with renewed excitement about the path forward. Yes, we did create congregational goals, and we really do look at them and assess our progress. In a year or two, we'll probably have another World Cafe. My yard's always available, and we have some darn good cooks. But of course, Namaqua doesn't function well without all of you participating, and that was something that Dana brought together in a very, very positive and functional way, and we look forward to doing that some more. Thank you, Dana, for bringing us yet another way to challenge ourselves, to have some fun, and to develop this beloved community. Thank you. Doug's going to tell the real story here.
Dana, I would like to reflect on, recount some of your accomplishments that you've brought to us during your time with us. And I'll start out with you being brave enough to investigate becoming our minister. That was back in 2022. Our former minister, Laurel Leaford, had decided to retire after 10 years with us at the ripe old age of 70, which doesn't sound so old to me anymore. We're a relatively small congregation, and at the time we had just suffered a dispute between us and the minister at Foothills and with the UU Ministers Association over the treatment of Reverend Laurel, who would want to come in and become a minister of a small congregation which was hurting. Our search team of Leonard Sokolowski, Brian Jarvis, and Brenda Christensen looked for months before finding that an assistant minister at the UU Church of Boulder had reached out to us. Dana brought years of ministerial experience with other UU congregations, and we were thrilled when we were able to put together a match. Dana joined us in October of 2022. While Laurel had been a wonderful minister for us, we were her first congregation. Dana brought experience with multiple congregations to help us during our interim period, a period of healing and discernment for the congregation, and you helped us accomplish a lot together. Here are some examples, and I know I'll miss some, but here's a sample. Right from the start, as Kathy was saying, you helped us identify our strengths and what we needed to shore up. You dived in, even before we were paying you, into our leadership summit, and you've led the World Cafe and services to help us name and process our hurt at the time and put it in a broader context of one of our strengths, which is to show grace. You vastly improved our information technology. The church now has a dedicated Google Drive with which we share information, and will reap the benefits of this for years and years to come. Speaking of our administrative infrastructure, church finances are complicated and driven by different laws and rules. Dana put us in touch with a bookkeeping firm that specializes in religious institution finances, and that has put us on a sound accounting basis, which is no small feat. Also behind the scenes, you brought our newsletter and our weekly email blasts into the technology age by instituting constant contact so that we can better understand who's getting and opening who's getting our words. Dana also helped us move our daily and weekly programming to a council model in the Committee on Shared Ministry. Now all ministry chairs meet about every 2 months, and we share how the congregation is doing. And that was a new change that you brought. Helped us coordinate our goals together. You helped us, you purchased for us a video camera and a desktop microphone, which we use all the time to connect people who can't make meetings in person to connect with us by Zoom. So again, connecting us. You put energy into our membership ministry to help us ensure we're doing all we can to reach out to those who might benefit from from us. You helped us do the monthly Getting to Know UU sessions. I think you started those, and to do our Exploring Membership classes, which we hold about every 2 months to bring in, to make sure that people who are considering membership know what they're getting into. You helped make social justice ministry a force, supporting the chairs and helping us be open to social justice possibilities and devoting Sundays to social justice causes. You led a whole number of adult enrichment classes. Most recently, I think, was Your Theological Journey. And you brought tremendous knowledge of our UU history to those. You instituted small group ministry. And how many people here have been in a small group ministry group? So that's just, again, helping us form relationships. Countless pastoral care work, and many of us have benefited from your guidance. You've helped us open the building to more use, like bringing in the Dancers of Universal Peace, and so that other people outside of our walls can know about our space and put it to ecological use, but also get used to just where we are and, hey, what might be going on here. And last but not least, you helped us with all sorts of ways on Sunday services. You created a list of hymns for the worship associates of what is singable, and you put together a standard order service and a standard script that we use as the basis every Sunday and will for years to come, I'm sure. And then, of course, you led many, many Sunday services, and along with the music you personally provided, all of which has enlivened and inspired our lives. Thank you, Dana.
I don't know about you, but I heard some themes emerging about transition, about making connections. And I kind of think of Dana as a transitional coach, coming in and helping us figure out how to make those connections so that we could transition to the next minister. And so I'm really appreciative of all the things, as Doug was mentioning, all the things that Dana brought along the way as we transitioned. I'm also reminded that with each chapter, and this was a chapter, a long one, there comes an ending to the chapter. And AnnMarie pointed out so nicely that at the end of the chapter, there's a stop. It could be a soft ending or a hard stop. This is a softer ending. But it's never too late to make a change. And that's what Dana really is doing. So I'm bringing this reading to you from a person named Deanna Beiser. It's never too late to make a change. At any time, you can decide to change the road you're on in life. Take a new direction. Follow a new trail. You are the only one who really knows what you want from life, and if you're on the right road for you, you are the only one who can fulfill your dreams and receive the joys and happiness that come from reaching those aspirations and goals. I think Dana has done that in this part of her life. Don't expect others to be responsible for your happiness, though, or your success. You must take control and be in charge of your destiny and your day-to-day situations. Take advice. Most of the time it's free. And listen to what others have to say and what concerns they have. It's important to have different points of view, but always validate those words of wisdom with your own set of standards and make sure that the advice has meaning to your sense of reality. You must understand yourself well enough to know what you want in life and what your desires that you believe are worthwhile for your future. You need to depend upon yourself and your talents. Appreciate others, though, for their personal skills and abilities, but always continue to focus on your own strengths and energies. And I think Dana has done that with us. Focus on her energies, but at the same time, realizing the strengths of all of us in this congregation and what we have to offer. Life is much too short to spend it worrying about someone else's accomplishments or expecting someone else to be responsible for making your life better. If you have dreams, then you have a purpose. You have something to believe in and work toward obtaining. Dedicate yourself to yourself, because life is filled with love. Then whatever roads you travel will be the roads you want them to be. And I have to add to that, when you are dedicating yourself to yourself, you have more of yourself to give. And remembering that, if we are looking behind us and we don't close that door, we can't move forward to open the next one.
I invite you to remain seated as we sing Szekely, Aldas. Where there is faith, there is love. Where there is love, there is peace. Where there is peace, there is blessing. Where there is blessing, there is God. Where there is God, there is no need. Holy, where there is faith, oh, did it, oh, did there is head, oh, is big, oh, big is peace, oh, does it, oh, there is passion, is dichten, oh, dichter is no tyxen is
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for these beautiful words that you've shared this morning. Thank you for the music. Thank you for being here. And what a joy it was yesterday to spend time with so many of you at the party. It was an example of what I love most about this congregation. We truly enjoy each other's company. And it has been one of the great honors of my life to be a part of this community and to serve as your minister for the past 3.5 years. Many of you have commented to me the ways that our time has touched your lives. And I thank you for that. And what you may not realize is how much you have touched my life. I have learned great wisdom from you. And as you have grown and evolved in this community, I too have grown and evolved with you. I'll admit, I sometimes doubt the power of love and goodwill. Oh, I do. And kindness and compassion. In the face of cruel, destructive powers like we are seeing in our world today, I do sometimes have my doubts. But what we have shared is a testament that even though cruelty causes harm, communities such as Namaqua Unitarian Universalist are islands bringing healing and hope to each other and to the world all around you. Don't forget this. Even though it is hard to say goodbye, and it is, know that our time is coming to a close. I want to remind you that the bonds that we have created do not break or disappear. Yes, we do have those invisible strings, and we always will. So leaving doesn't negate or nullify all of the gifts and blessings and goodwill that we have created together. We are different, you and I, because of the time we have been together. The gift of community is that we change one another. And when we support one another, we support the evolution of the community itself. And we have witnessed that community evolving. I have witnessed it over the past 3.5 years with you. So my friends, we have treasures to carry forward from our time together. I certainly know that I do. And even though I will miss you all, the time is right for me to move on. As Linda was mentioning, you know, the plan was for me to be your interim minister, and then we would see how it goes. And an interim minister is just here for 2 years. So y'all kept me around for a little extra time there, about 1.5 years. But I am a transitional minister, helping you transition, helping you change, helping you get back on your feet again. So as you know, I'm going back to grad school for the 3rd time. And I'm looking forward to becoming a clinical social worker and a mental health therapist in a couple of years. I will continue to do what I can to make a difference in people's lives when they need it the most. And to be sure, I will always also be grateful. Oh, I forgot I put this in there, but it's true. To be sure, I will also be grateful to get a good night's sleep on Saturday nights. And yet I know I will never stop being on the lookout for good material for good sermons. I know you're about to celebrate your 25th anniversary, and I'm sorry that I will miss it. But there is a metaphor that has been on my mind. And it is this image that 25 years ago, when the congregation began, it started a beautiful river, a river that ebbs and flows, but always continues. It is larger than any one of us, and each of us steps in for a time. Maybe we swim around and hang out with each other, and we become a part of the river, but eventually each of us steps out. And yet the river continues. I hope that my contributions with you helped to keep the river flowing strong for many others to join well into the future. My time with you was intended to help you recover from both the pandemic and, as Doug was talking about, the painful conflict with Foothills Unitarian Church and the Unitarian Universalist Ministers Association. For the most part, there has been goodwill and good intent as we have all worked together to recover and to begin thriving in a way that has set you on a good trajectory for the future. I know that you are on a good path and you are in good hands, and that's comforting. I thank you, each and every one of you, for being in partnership with me as I did my best to guide you during our time together. And, all right, I'm going to brag just a little bit. Attendance has been growing over my time with you. And when I arrived, just as the pandemic was fully ending, your membership was significantly in decline. But now we have stabilized and surpassed pre-pandemic attendance by 10%. You're 10% larger than before the pandemic. And 45% of you, current members and friends, began attending during my time with you in the last 3.5 years. 45%. And yet, what I'm truly most delighted and what just tickles me to no end, and I will remember this part always, and that is witnessing the multitude of friendships that have sparked and grown. This is what truly matters, and it is the glue that holds this community together. How many of you have made new friends here? Yeah, I kind of thought so. And if you haven't, well, get on it, you know. It's there's a ton of amazing human beings for you to make friends with, sitting right next to you, shoulder to shoulder. No ministry is perfect, and no relationship is perfect. Perfection's overrated anyhow, right? Like all ministers, I have shared my strengths and my weaknesses. The job of ministry is always bigger than what time allows. And I am sorry for all I was not able to do. Things will change with your next ministry, as someone new will share their strengths and their weaknesses too. So please, my friends, be open to the gifts that they bring and all the ways that they will enrich your lives. Just because they do things differently doesn't mean it is wrong. Just because they do things differently doesn't mean it is wrong. Okay? And this brings up the rule that we all hate. It's okay. I rarely use the word hate, but we all hate this rule, including me. But it is extremely important to follow. This is the rule that I cannot be in touch with you for at least 2 years. At least. No phone calls or texts, no guest preaching, no stopping by. So why would we have a rule that cuts us off like this? It hurts. It hurts. It makes it all the harder to leave. But we need to be able to move on. You need to be able to move on. And I love what Linda said. You know, if we don't close that door behind us, such a great metaphor, Linda, thank you, then you cannot move into the future. And this is the closing of that door. Okay? That's why this rule exists, so that you do not have to feel like you have divided loyalties. So that if that bond with me is still alive, that door is not closed and you cannot move on. Does that make sense? It's a very important rule, and I will be abiding by it. The best way that I can support your future and your new minister right now is by keeping completely away. So when we all complain about this rule, and we will, me too, please also include the understanding for why it is necessary. And yet we do have a couple of caveats, just so you know. If there are business details you need, like, hey Dana, where's that password? We can't get into something important here. We need this password. Then don't hesitate. Reach out, contact me, and let me know. And if you happen to have photos, or you want to send me texts or something like that, or emails, I won't respond. But you can send me stuff all you want. So, and I hope you do, frankly. Just know that if you do, I will be quietly sending you my love and hugs. Okay? I have said a lot of stuff in sermons and in meetings and in classes and in worship. I never know what's going to be meaningful, quite frankly. And I hope there are some things that have been meaningful for you that you take with you. And whatever isn't, let it go. I certainly never expect everyone to agree with me. Whew, that would be a problem. I'm not sure I agree with myself half the time. It's best that we don't always agree. Instead, it's better that we spark each other's thinking and we ponder and think for ourselves. That's who we are. So keep questioning, keep doubting, keep challenging and exploring. Our truths are ever evolving and unfolding throughout our lifetime. Once again, quoting Francis David, we need not think alike to love alike. Let's say it together, we might as well. We need not think alike to love alike. Yeah. So my friends, stay grounded in your covenants, for they define who we choose to be together and how we choose to show up in the world. This is one of the keys that makes us Unitarian Universalists and a religion rather than a social club, as we talked about last week. You, my friends, you are the congregation. You hold the future of Namaqua in your hands. Namaqua is thriving and blooming beautifully right now. So tend to this beautiful treasure of this community. What you have here is sacred. Help it grow. Share it freely. May the blessings emanate from Namaqua help you change the world. All right, I wasn't planning, but I have to sing for you. May I sing for you? Yes. Just a little bit. We're on holy ground, right where we are. We're on holy ground, under the shining star. We're on holy ground. When we reach for each other with our hearts, we're on holy ground. This is who you are. Don't forget it. Our relationship is changing, and I am no longer your minister. And yet our bonds that we grew together will remain. I'll be honest, ministry is a bit of a mystery to me. There are aspects of our congregation that develop under the surface, behind the scenes, in the background, when no one is looking. I am not the congregation. You are. This mysterious process of ministry evolves and grows with you, and it will continue without me. I am stepping out of the river and venturing off on my own journey now. And yet I am forever changed and blessed by our time together, and I hope you are too. Whatever has served you well, hang on to it. And whatever hasn't, let it go. It has been one of the greatest honors and privileges of my life to serve this congregation. I mean that with all my heart. It truly has. And I thank you for the opportunity. So as we part, I give you my blessing. The love you have and the love that you share is very special and sacred. Don't take it for granted. May you continue to cultivate it and share it wisely. And may it continue to nourish you as this thriving, beloved community. May you remember who you are as you shine the brilliance of Unitarian Universalism in the world. And may you prosper long into the future as you bless all those who walk in your doors and the larger community beyond your walls. My friends, may you continue to make a difference in the world and for each other. I love you, and I always will. Amen. I don't know. We have other mics. Do you want to be out here? Yep.
Thank you, Dana. That was just right. On behalf of the board and the entire congregation, I would like to take this opportunity to extend our gratitude for your service to our congregation over the last 3+ years. Please accept this gift as a token of our sincere appreciation. Good things come in small packages. Your smile, compassion, musical skills have made a profound impact on our community, and we are truly grateful.
Oh, thank you.
So we send you off with our heartfelt thanks and best wishes. And of course, Mary Oliver said it best. To live in this world, you must be able to do 3 things. To love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it. And when the time comes, let it go. Let it go. Kathy? Doug?
On behalf of the
Oh my
worship
goodness.
associates, Dana, we want to thank you for all that you've given to us and helped us to give you all services that we hope have been meaningful and following your footsteps.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Steve, would you join us on stage?
Oh, goodness.
Steve, you've been an unsung hero.
I try.
And you've shared your music with us, and thank you so much for that. And I'm sure there's so much behind-the-scenes support that you've given us indirectly by giving your support to your life partner. So we would like to thank you for this.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you, Steve.
Well, don't leave. Okay. Okay. And I have a gift for you. This is a chalice made by my mother, who's a professional potter. And it actually has a well in it for the alcohol, rubbing alcohol. You didn't know we had alcohol up here, did you? Yeah. Or you can put a candle on it. So, yes. Thank you. Good. I hope it helps you keep the fire burning brightly and with great light. Thank you. Okay.
Let's rise in body or spirit and sing Life Calls Us On. Here in reverence now we gather for the blessings we have known, with a pledge to one another that we journey not alone. Joy and sorrow make us wise, kin to all that lives and dies. Love calls us on. Love calls us on. Words and deeds of those before us, waken calls us all.
If you haven't already, I invite you to reach out and connect with all of those around you. Oh, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. That's okay. You can hold hands if you want to, though. We're going to have a releasing ceremony, and Rebecca, if you want to come back up to lead the congregational part. Got ahead of myself. You want to use the microphone? So for 3.5 years, you have offered me your free pulpit and the freedom of creativity in worship, gifts for which I am grateful. I hereby return the ministry of worship to your able hands. Use it to speak the truth in love to one another, to continue to find reverence and meaning together.
We thank you for your service in our pulpit. We accept its power of freedom for ourselves and release you from your service as a worship leader.
You have welcomed me into transitional moments of your lives, times of sorrow and crisis, and also times of joy. It's been my privilege to care for you in times of need. I now return the ministry of pastoral care to your hands. Use it to comfort and to celebrate the milestones of your lives with compassion.
We thank you for the pastoral care you have offered us. We accept its power of compassion for ourselves and release you from your role as pastoral caregiver.
From my first days with you, you have asked me to lead you in works of justice and compassion, inspiring us to build a better world. I return the prophetic ministry to your hands. Use it to take the teachings of Unitarian Universalism beyond our walls into a hurting human family.
We thank you for your prophetic voice. We accept it for ourselves and release you from your service as our leader for peace and justice.
And since my arrival, you've asked me to serve as your administrator and professor in this congregation. Today, I return the administry of this congregation to you. May you guide yourselves with courage and wisdom into a strong and sure future.
We thank you for your professional leadership. We accept its power of vision and knowledge and release you from your call as our professional leader.
And with love and gratitude, I release you from our covenant with one another. So go your way in peace, truth, and love.
With love and gratitude, we release you from our covenant with one another. Go your way in peace, truth, and love.
And I invite you now to give that hand you are holding a squeeze. Give that hand a squeeze, because for in that hand you are holding the light and the spark of this congregation. This light and spark has been shared with you, with all who have ever been a part of this beloved community. So as we extinguish this chalice one last time together, remember, now you are the light and the spark of this living and thriving community. Each time you come together, you turn it into a flame of hope for us all. May you continue to do it so, and may I be with you in heart and spirit always. May it be so. Amen. Let us sing, Go Your Way in Peace.